Okay, hi, good morning. My name's Sam, and as you all know me, that today is Sunday, and I'm going to make a good video for you today. Now, what we're going to do, I was thinking actually, and I was asking even my students and every one of you, I've got a couple of queries on my WhatsApp regarding, like how we can speak better in English. And believe me or not, many people have this confusion only that, when we are unable to express ourselves, we're not able to talk. Today, right here, I'm standing, I didn't prepare anything. I just took shower, I came out and I thought, I'll just talk to you guys. And I want to show you that, it's actually, you can also do whatever you want, right? First of all, let's discuss with, like how we start speaking in English. See, English is just a language, right? It's nothing else. Why do we think so much about English? There are a couple of things that we look at, right? Now that is first of all, I believe intonation, the way you're pronouncing the words, the way you are, modulate your speech. Second thing is obviously vocabulary. Many people say that, we don't have good vocabulary, what we can do. I don't know, like I sometimes forget things what I need to speak. You don't forget things, right? You just choose not to speak. This is what's happening. Okay. Then sometimes, people say that, okay, I'm preparing for IELTS. I don't know how to speak in front of examiner, like, am I going to get judged? You are already having that fear sitting inside you. How you think you can speak better in front of anyone, whether it's IELTS based examiner or you're in front of anyone. You're in your corporate world or you're speaking with your friends. You can't. But ask yourself, like just sitting idle somewhere, think about it. Like, do you face any difficulty when you speak in your own vernacular? Like in your own native language, do you face any difficulty? No, you don't. Why not? Because you have been speaking Hindi, Punjabi, Telugu, Malayalam, or any other language, right, from childhood. Now, did you start talking when you actually took birth? No, you didn't. Right. So, how did you learn your own language? You did not learn when you went to school, right? You learned because of the listening. Okay, you were listening from your parents, you were listening from your siblings or your relatives when they used to come at home. They used to, like how, if you remember that when you were a child, even most of you must be having niece, nephew, or your own child, infants. And how do you speak to them? You don't speak like, hi, you want to eat something, are you hungry? We don't speak to our infants like that, right? How do we speak? Oh, are you hungry? You want to eat something? We actually look idiot, right? We think that he or she is actually listening to us. He's understanding. He doesn't, right? The infant doesn't understand anything, but they still laugh. Why do they smile, right? And we feel cherished. Why do they smile? Because of the face expression that you are doing. This is what actually I've learned. I have a daughter and I do this all the time to her. She smiles, she laughs, and I laugh. I think that she's understanding me. So I'm the one who's rhetorical. She's not understanding me. But she's only looking because she can clearly see, right? She's looking in my face the way I'm doing it. You hungry? Are you hungry? We do that thing. So she's smiling, she's reacting to it. So does that mean that I'm having a fear that she's not understanding me? It doesn't. Right. So why are we basically having this kind of fear? Another thing, majority of people I speak to somewhere, like I speak to them on different platforms. So they tell me that, I want to speak flawlessly. I want to speak fluently. I get stuck when I speak to others who are actually better than me. How can you judge someone being better than you? If you think that someone is better than you, tomorrow you're going to come across who is more better than him. What would you do? So you're going to follow that person and you're going to forget him? Why can't you just see yourself who you are? You know what I mean? For example, now this is the difference. I was having my breakfast today and I was thinking that, what should I talk about today? I should rather interact with my students. I should get some ideas from them. I should show them that, how we can extend our responses. This is all what we need to do. We need to extend our responses. So I had one thing in my mind because, and thanks to this one lady I spoke to last night, she was saying that, like I feel hesitant when I speak to others. Okay. And I have seen that many people start to judge me. And I was like, that's bad, first of all. Now I tell you a very good example. When you're communicating with someone in English, right, in India, okay, I'm just been India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, these where I have seen and I've heard, what do we feel? Why do we feel scared of? Because the other person whom we are communicating with, he or she definitely dominates us by saying, "Bhai, tu kya English maar raha hai? रहने दे, तेरे बस की बात नहीं है." And we feel, like dominant. We feel like, oh my God, I did some mistake. That's why he's pinpointing me. I shouldn't have done it. And then we switch back to our own native language. But we always think like this, right? We always think that, okay, I did some mistake. But we never think even one time that maybe the other person doesn't want us to speak in English because he doesn't know how to speak good English. You know, we get stuck to this place only. But why do we not believe that? Why are we having this kind of judgmental thing coming along in between our relationship? Whether it's friends, whether it's our brothers, sisters, whether it's our parents or anybody. Why are we being judgmental? Simple example. If you come across any native speaker, whether he has come from Australia, America, UK, or any other country, they speak English. You speak to them, like a tutti frutti English. Believe me, they come to you, they'll be like, hey, excuse me, do you mind if you can tell me how to go to Taj Mahal? Taj Mahal, Taj Mahal. Okay. Straight, straight, left. No, no, right, right. You right, you right. You right, go 50 meters. Now, what the hell is this 50 meters? I don't understand, but this is 50 meters. I thought like we said like 5. When did it become 50? I don't know. Anyhow, 50 meters. Walk, walk, walk. Straight, straight. Taj Mahal. Seriously, like this Taj Mahal? Like this is how we represent Taj Mahal? I don't know. Right? Now you notice one thing. That person would never say to you, you don't know how to speak English. Yeah, it's too difficult. I didn't understand. They never say that. Why? They never say anything like that. They rather what they do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate, appreciate. And then we again, because inside our blood, what do? Eh, pagal, isko pata bhi nahi hai. Like you are the one who's insane, not him. He actually thanked you. Because why? He understood you. How did he understand? He was able to join the things, your hand gestures. He was able to join your little bit of English, whatever you spoke. Have you ever seen any foreigner come across to you and say that I don't like your accent? So if you can't speak in American, don't talk to me. Have you ever come across any person? Never. But when we speak to anyone having an accent, especially residing in India, we don't want to talk to them. And that's what happened to me day before yesterday when I was speaking with someone on online. And because I have a little bit of accent, because I have spent like, come on, like 15 years in Australia, what do you expect from me? So I was just talking normally because that's what I do. I like people when they enjoy talking to me, but that I don't want to name or I don't want to, like name anything. He was saying that I don't feel comfortable talking to you. I said, like, why? And he goes, because you have an accent. I'm like, so what? If I am having an accent, like, is this some kind of problem to you? Are you not understanding anything? He goes, no, it's just I believe you're trying to show off. I said, who am I trying to show off? I said, it's okay. You can hang up the call. I'm not asking you to call me. If you didn't feel comfortable, that's completely fine to me. And instead, he was trying to do fake accent with me. Why? I didn't understand. And I was forced to hang up the call. Why did I hang up the call? Because I found him being judgmental. What for? This is my thing. If I have something, I'm going to utilize it the same way. Why would I be changing for others? You're happy to accept me the way I am. That's okay. But if you're not, then it's fine. You move ahead your own way. Who cares? Right? Now, coming back onto the things, how do we learn? How do we speak English? Very simple basics. We need to understand the basic concepts of how do we communicate with others. We should not be thinking about what language we are using. Okay? First of all, it's not about accent, it's about how you pronounce the words. Sometimes pronunciation, that kills your entire momentum. right? Now there's a difference between the weather looks good and the weather looks very good. It's funny. Simple. It is like what we can do is we first need to start listening. This is why I gave an example of my own daughter. She's listening to me. I continuously speak in English to her. Even though I know that she's not understanding it, but I'm still doing it. Why? Because I know that she's actually understanding me. Okay, so can everyone please put yourself on mute because I'm listening to many background noise. Thank you. So what you need to do is you need to listen first of all. Start listening to conversation in English. You don't need anyone to listen to. When you're sitting alone, put your headphones in, start listening to TEDx talks or anything on YouTube. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna say, you have to follow this, you have to follow that. Nah, it's up to you. It's just you want to listen something, so listen to any stand-up comedian as long as it's in English. Now, don't ask me that should I listen to Indian person or any person. I don't care. It's up to you. You know now already that what kind of pronunciation you can understand. So why not choose that platform? If you feel comfortable in listening to any person who's from Britain, having British accent, listen to them. If you feel comfortable to listen to someone who's from America, listen to him. So it's all good as long as you're listening. Now, I'm not a fan or follower of any particular person, but there are two idols that I would say. The second idol is not that important because I haven't been listening to him so much, but whatever I have heard, from him so far, and literally that man has influenced me somewhere. One is definitely Russell Peters, right? I'm not advertising for anyone. I'm just saying, Russell Peters. He's a very good comedian. He's from Canada, right? Indian origin, but he's from Canada. He's been born and raised up over there. So he's really my role model because the way he speaks, the way he makes everybody laugh, and he doesn't, that's what have influenced me. Second, Sadhguruji, right? These two people. Now, it doesn't mean that I am telling you that you need to follow these two. No, right? Listen to whomever you want to. It's okay. Okay. When you're listening, now this is time to speak side by side. The way they spoke, speak like that. The way they spoke, speak like that. Try. You're doing what? You're basically getting your hand on pronunciations, hand on intonations. These two things are important first. Leave behind vocabulary and all. We're not talking about that. Only about intonations and how you can pronounce the words. That step you did, the more you listen, the more words you're getting. Obviously, you're getting some vocabulary as well from listening. Okay, after listening, then now it comes on to vocabulary. Okay, so vocabulary, what you can do? Read newspapers, read novels, whichever you have interest in. Don't read anything which bores you, because the moment you get bored, you're going to leave the things behind and you're going to come back to your own native language. Have yourself an interest in. Now, I am teaching IELTS, right? So I learn a lot of vocabulary because I need to give it to my students as well. So doing essays, I write essays, right? I'm doing task 2 in IELTS module. So I write a lot of essays. I have understood only basic thing, what examiners are looking for. And I have writing, ever since I've been writing essays of my own. It's been almost 5-6 years now. Right? My students are getting good bands. It doesn't mean that I have become like a guru or god of IELTS. No. Okay? I'm just following one simple structure which I understood. That, okay, this is how things need to be written. Because I then compared with the other books, not of essays, but just random. I realized, okay, this is how essays written, this is how the books are written. So which means these are same. So what basically IELTS want you to do is just wants you to write in a way so that you can confine your information and make other person completely understand what you want to say. Right? So listening, reading, and writing. 3 things I've done. Why am I talking about writing? Now, definitely you need to rearrange your topics. Before speaking, this is what we are doing. You're brainstorming yourself, and what you're doing, you're writing, coherently, logically. It doesn't mean that if you're, for example, talking about weather and you start about, I like summer season, and then you're ending up like, I like winter as well. But you didn't speak anything about summer. Why do you like it? So that information got missing. This is what we do mistake. And then we blame that I don't have words to speak. No, you don't have a structure to follow. Why are you blaming on words? How hard it is to say that I like rainy season. Why? Because I like to get drenched in rain. Why? Because I feel very energetic. Okay, what do you do? Well, I like to eat fritters with a hot cup of tea. So many things to speak, endless amount of things. It's just we choose not to think. Today, this is what I'm going to show you: how you can generate ideas, how you can think out of the box. Only one word and many things to speak on it. Okay? Then speak. How you can speak? You don't need a partner, right? If you have one, well and good, right? If you don't have one, don't depend, right? Like for example, I have some students, right? They talk to me all the time. I create a lot of fun. I make them, happy. Side by side, what I'm doing, they know this thing, my technique now. I'm just putting confidence inside their brain. I make them smile. They laugh with me. I make them so comfortable that they start talking English automatically, forgetting about that what they are doing online. This is what you need to do. You're sitting idle. Make your environment of English. Listen to English songs, listen to English news, English programs, or anything like that, right? And after that, talk to your, siblings or your daughter, son, friends in English. Do whatever you are in English. This is what speaking is all about. It doesn't matter if they're not, taking out any errors. It's okay. At least you first get on track of speaking. You first have that confidence. If you're having a confidence to speak good English, why can't you have a confidence to speak wrong English? At least you're speaking. Then we can work on grammar. That's why in IELTS, remember, 4 marking criteria always goes like this. First is your pronunciation. This is your first category. You can check it online. Second comes fluency and coherence. That is logic. Third thing comes your lexicals. Lexicals means vocabulary. And then last comes in grammar, which obviously carries a lot of marks. But understand the thing, if you can't pronounce properly anything, how can you have a fluency? If you're having a fluency and you're not having a logic, how can you extend your responses? If you have to extend your responses, you need to have a vocabulary. If you're having a vocabulary, obviously, how can you join your sentences giving a reason if you have a grammar? So everything is connected. This is how simple it is. You need to just go accordingly. Believe me, it's not difficult. This is what you need to understand. These are the basic things. You don't need to get in depth that I need to learn what is adjective, what is adverb. Okay, if you want to become an English teacher, then it's fine. I'm an English teacher. Believe me, it's been 6 years I've been teaching, and I don't even know if you write me on any sentence, you say that what is adjective here, what is verb. I don't feel ashamed to tell that. Why? Because I don't give a damn. Because I don't want to sit on that level where I be teaching students, like the young kids. Okay, this is adjective, this is verb, this is noun, blah, blah, bullshit. Why do I need that? I'm only in terms of having a good communication with others. I can teach someone good, and I have got a proven result. Students have actually been getting 7, 8 bands. Why would I care and go about like what are the adjectives, what are verbs, and all the stuff? If you want to communicate daily with someone in English, then you just depend on what you have to do. That is speak. This is how you learn things. I have learned by myself. I have actually worked in a call center to be very honest. Now, what happened over there? I remember this one fat ass dude I came across from America. No offense. What happened was basically, it was my mistake. To be very frank, I admit it. I know that this video goes on YouTube, so I'm telling the truth. What happened that I was speaking, and how back in, I'm talking about in 2004, I had a lot of things, okay, I don't need to sound like my name's Sam. Okay, so I said that my name is Christopher, right? I used that name, but I was having that kind of, normal, very like weird English. Like, hello, my name is Christopher, and I'm calling from this company. And then he might have been, like very aggressive already. Maybe he had some fight with his wife or anything like that. I don't know. But he wasn't in a good mood. And then he swore on me. Right. Now, I didn't know that word means. So I asked around with my friend, and he told me, and I got really pissed off. I was like, how did he dare to do that thing? So that was my motivation. Why I never say anything bad to him or curse him or anything like that? I shouldn't, because he's my model. Because of him, today I'm standing right here and speaking English. What I did, I took his number. I said to myself that I'm going to speak good English. I'm going to make him a call again manually, because it was call center. We were getting calls from server. So I'm going to call him back again. I'm going to convert him into a lead. Believe me, a month and a half, I stood in my room. I was coming to my job, but I stood in my room. I had everything lined up in English, because at that time, I'm talking 2004, it wasn't even common thing. Call centers just starting coming in India. So I made that environment. I started listening to English songs, ABCD. I remember, old time, old good songs. I used to start dancing, and I started to talk to myself. Then I logged in Yahoo Messenger at that time. Get inside my rooms and start talking to girls even overseas. But that was chat. You know, this is how I started opening up, because I used to be quite reserved, right? So I started opening up, and then what happened? I made a call to him. Believe me, first call, I converted him into a sale, right? He purchased that stuff. So my bottom point is dedication. I was thoroughly dedicated that time that I have to convert him. This was something in my mind. I hypnotized something myself, right? I have to do it. So I did. Then I went to Australia. Now, this is what about environment. I went to Australia. Now, normally when you go abroad, I've seen many students, they go Canada, Australia, or anywhere. What they do? Oh, the like they want to wear those Western outfits, right? They go beautiful attires. They go outside shopping mall. They take photos. A lot of photos. Stand next to Niagara Falls. It's fine. Even they're standing outside the shopping mall, take a photo. But for your preference, I don't care. I never did, to be very frank, right? It's not that I wasn't photogenic. I used to take a lot of photos in my room. Even I went somewhere like tourist spots, but I wasn't like random trying to show off to everyone. Okay, I'm in Australia, right? Then what happened? Like I had a couple of Indian friends. Obviously, not even a single time it happened that they actually spoke to me in English. I didn't feel bad or anything like that, because I was feeling comfortable. But then I saw that majority of my students in my institute, because I studied from TAFE, New South Wales, and I studied from University of Western Sydney. So what happened? I saw that a lot of obviously crowd was of Aussie. There were Aussies, there were New Zealanders, or there was from other countries as well. I felt good. I was like, wow, okay. At that time, when you're young, you're always like, oh my gosh, he's so hot. Okay, wow, he looks handsome. I should get some inspiration of doing bodybuilding so I can be one. Then I used to go to beaches all the time, see everybody like hanging around. I wasn't someone, who would be very much into, oh my gosh, she's very hot. Okay, please, Bhagwan, ek baar ek ladki se milwa de. No, I wasn't that kind of guy, right? So what I did, like I started talking to these people. Believe me, they were so comfortable to talk to me that they accepted me as if I was one of them. There was not even a single time I felt any kind of racism. I don't know why there's always in the media hype that, in Australia, this has happened, blah, blah, blah. Students, they'll say, okay, these are racist. No, I like 15 years I stayed. Not even a single time I faced any problem as such. If you are going somewhere, you become one of them. They will accept you. If you want them to become like you, why would they accept you? Just like they come to India and they ask you, okay, you want to speak English? No, we would tell them, you need to speak Hindi. They will learn Hindi. They always do. They always wear Indian clothes. When we are going abroad, why do we expect them to become like us? They want to learn our culture, but that does not mean that we should convert them. And I'm not even saying that I am going to convert like them. No, never, nobody asked me to be like one of them. No, they used to always welcome me. That's why I became, not famous in my group. Believe me, I remember when I worked in Smith Snack Food, I had like many friends. I don't want to name them, okay, but I miss them a lot. They loved me like anything. Even though I had some friends, who were more aged than me, but they loved me like anything, and I used to love them the same. Come to my home for parties every weekend. We used to hang out. So I made my environment, and believe me, at that time, all I had Indian friends was two, because from my Indian friends, always expecting, भाई थोड़ा सा डॉलर स्पेंड कर दे, मुझे फीस पे करनी है, मुझे ये करनी है, मुझे ये करनी है. I used to do that, but then never used to get back anything. Right? It's not about money. It's about trust. It's about what you're learning from someone. I learned from them. I learned from them. Now, it does not mean that I didn't like many friends. I did. They had some their own issues. I did face some Indian good people too over there. It's just you decide what you want to do, how you want to do. Now, fear. Let's talk about fear. I'm going to write only one word and I'm going to show you how you can actually extend your ideas onto it so that you can talk. Let's see. First word, for example, okay, hot climate. Now, the weather is hot. What you can speak on this? Obviously, a lot of things you can think of, but we choose not to think. We only speak, okay, I'm living in a hot weather, today is very hot, I don't know what to do. Or you can say, I like hot, summer season because I like to do this, I like to do that, blah, 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 and that's it, you end up, right? Now, let's do how I would say, first of all, what we are looking at, hot climate, this is hot weather, like the weather is hot, okay. You decide first of all, you like it or you dislike it. Don't stay in between. I partially. Don't stay in between. Just say, do you like it, dislike it? Why? I'm saying because you need to speak on both to extend your response. You like it? Okay, I hate it, right? But I'll still choose to speak on like it, just so I can show you what I can think. I like it. Okay, for liking, I know I have lot of expressions. Instead of word, I like hot climate. No, I'm very fond of. I'm very passionate about it, right? Enthu. Enthu means enthusiastic. Okay, I like it. Enthusiastic, keen, inclined, right? So many things I can speak. Now, what I need to do, I just need to make a circle, vary them, so that not one thing I can repeat. I can simply say, also, I simply adore. I'm really into. Whatever we can write this, we can speak, right? But first, hot climate. Now, hot climate. Okay. There are two climates, hot, cold. I like this. So now there are two types of weather, hot, cold. I like hot. Now one sentence I already made. There are two climates in India, right? Hot and cold. Okay. Let me speak about the climate which I like the most, and that is hot climate. There are few reasons. Now obviously there are so plural sentence I'm making. There are few reasons. Now, what is few or many or some or multifarious, anything? This means that you're going to speak more than one thing, right? So now, see how I'm coming the relation? Now, which means sequence linkers. You're going to speak on a sequence. What are sequence? We know firstly, secondly, thirdly, besides, on top of that, lastly. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6 points I can speak. 6 points plus explanation plus example if I want to. So 12, 24, something, 25, you're gonna end up speaking like 30, 35 sentences on something. How easy is it? Really difficult? No, it's not. I'll speak in front of you, or I can simply use A, B, C, D, E. I can simply use that one too. A, this, B. When you're speaking, you must have seen many people. I really like summer season because of various reasons. A, that I get to choose, like my favorite attires, because I'm very fond of wearing shorts and t-shirts, especially the cut sleeves one, and they come out very trendy. I can wear, with my sneakers. I just love them. B, that I get to eat my favorite non-vegetarian, although I do like fish, but, sometimes in winters you can't, but in summers you can, right? And C, I get to go to hill stations, obviously, because in winters you can't, it's too much fog and all. And so in summers it's very enjoyable. And D, I would say, so this is how easy it is. A, B, C, D, E, right? E comes like that. Or you can start from A, B, C, D, E, right? Anything. Firstly, secondly, thirdly, this is how you can also say besides, on top of that, lastly, apart from that, in addition to this, a lot of things. But just don't use moreover. You can use however, but don't use moreover, furthermore. These are good for writing, not for speaking. You never listen to it. So hot. Now let's rub this. Okay. We first discuss about like and dislike. This is what something we can do, right? So what else? Let's start mapping it up. Make a spider diagram. Okay. What kind of food? What kind of clothes? Other shopping? If so, what? Keep coming. Let's go. Keep coming. How often hang out with friends? You're talking about hang out with friends. Where you like to go, right? How often you hang out with friends? Where you like to go? How often you go, right? Then food, okay, side by side, drinks. What kind of drinks? What does it provide? Okay, now other things. Sweat. We all know we precipitate, right? We precipitate in hot climate. We sweat. So advantage, disadvantage, right? You sweat. What are the benefits? Obviously, you're burning calories. You're doing exercising. What are the disadvantages? You smell. You stink. But then you can anytime take shower and all that stuff, right? So think about, this is how we are generating ideas. One point you pick, you talk, 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 then you pick talk, talk, because this is interlinked. If I talk about, talking about, with regards to, these are the expressions that you will be choosing and how it is easy that it will be speaking. Now you obviously start talking on dislike. There are a couple of things which I don't like in winters, during winters. What are those things? Obviously, because you like hot, you can't say that you dislike hot climate because you are speaking on like. So, what is the thing that you dislike? That's the cold. Either you can do comparison here or you can speak separately. It doesn't matter because here also you're extending your response. Otherwise, here also you're extending your response. This is how simple it is. Any topic, any topic. Now, this was whether anybody would say, it's so easy, tell me something which I don't know. Okay, then simple. You can write on the comments whichever topic you want me to. Unemployment. When I write unemployment, straight away I know 100, like 100 of, love of you would be thinking about India. Now, this is where we do wrong. Every time, why do we have to come, think about our own in box only? Why can't we think out of the box? Unemployment, first of all, why does it happen? How is it happening? Right? Okay. What kind of people are getting impacted? What kind of people? Obviously, middle class, lower class, or higher class, upper class. Are they getting impacted? They're not. Right. Middle class, they will be getting Now, why? First of all, think how are they getting? Why they are getting impacted? Why unemployment? Education? Why? Expensive? Right? Just so many things. One point. Second, machines, advantages. Then disadvantages. Everything is interrelated. Coming on. Can we give example? A research? Yes, we can. Any company? Yes, we can. Pandemic. Think about so many things we can say. First of all, what is unemployment? This is how you need to start your response. What do you think like public speakers do? I have seen many people like talking in English about any stuff. Do they prepare? Okay, majority of them they might have been just because of the fancy words and all. Otherwise, they don't need to. Because they know one simple structure. You give a general statement, then you think about the proper causes, and then what are the solutions? What can be done? Now here we are talking about unemployment, blah blah blah. We spoke everyone what's the impact, how they are getting impacted and all. And in the end, you just talk about, however, if certain step, like certain remedies can be taken in order to curb this factor. I mean, there are a couple of things that government as well as individuals can do. That first of all, if I talk about from the government side, you put a directive, government, individuals. So from the government side, what steps government can do? From the individual side, you can speak by saying with regards to individuals, right, what they can do. Okay, what individuals can do? Obviously we're talking about education. Expensive, right? Everybody has freaking smartphones. How difficult it is to educate themselves. You have everybody, you have your smartphone, you are always busy on chatting, but you never do research upon important things. When interview questions comes in, everybody, 99.9% people, tell me about yourself. My name is Ravish and I am from this city. I am currently doing this. Why are you telling your name? Think about that. Common sense. You have given your resume and cover letter to the interviewer. He already have this information in front of him. What is your name, your date of birth, your mobile number, your address, your career perspectives, your achievements, your weaknesses. He has everything in front of you. Why are you telling him? It's not that he hasn't opened your resume at all. What does he want? He wants your present, what you're doing, what did you do in past, and what you're going to do in future if you've been recruited. Simple information. You make him bored. That's why you lose your job. Then you blame that my interview didn't go well. Why? Because you weren't confident enough. You didn't know what to speak, what kind of things he wanted to listen, because he had enough. If you are the only person you're going to give your interview for 10-15 minutes, think about him. He's taking at least 20-30 interviews in a day. Don't you think that he would get frustrated after listening to so many people and then taking out who's good enough for him? If you do the same thing, how would you feel? That's why I'm saying think from the other person's perspective. What does the other person wants to listen? Speak that. Believe me, you will never fail. Okay? I speak English. Now I wouldn't say, I never say that, okay, I'm too excellent in terms of fluency and all that stuff. No, I never say that. What do? I enjoy talking. I smile when I talk. I create some kind of sense of humor. And that sense of humor attracts the other person. When the other person feel attractive, which means comfort zone. We two become good friends. We start talking. Similarly, you go to a coffee shop and sit down. Hey, mate, how's it going? Oh, I'm good, man. So what about you? Now, I'm just chilling. I was getting bored, so thought to give you a call. Spend some quality time, and here we are. Yeah, yeah. Now you did good. All right, all right. So what do you want to order? Oh, I'll have just a cappuccino. All right. What about you? I'll be having hot chocolate. All right. You want anything to eat? No, I'm good. All right. Okay. I'll just be back. This is how you normally speaking to your friend. How hard it is to speak to others. We only have fear. Okay. Take the thing out. Secondly, in one of my videos, I have explained about importance of reverse thinking. Believe me, guys, it's very important. Reverse thinking. Now, reverse thinking does not mean that you can fit in everywhere. No, it only depends on few this kind of discussion-based topic, especially opinion ones. Now I'm telling you specifically, when you're speaking English, you don't need to think that this is an opinion question or this is just a general question or this is a past question. This is no, you don't need to do that. Enjoy talking. I'm just only giving you for your reference purpose. Reverse thinking. Okay. Just like the topics were there. Let's say question came, do you prefer reading news online or from paper? We have two platforms here, online and paper. Now, definitely, majority of you would say online. Okay, me too. I wouldn't say anything about it. Definitely, I'll be picking it. So I prefer online. Why? Why I prefer online? What are the benefits of online? I'm not going to speak anything about disadvantage of online. Only one thing, but I'll be using although there, although or even though. Even though I'm very well aware that it casts an adverse effect on the eyesight, but I still believe that it's saving a lot of other things like environment. For God's sake, I mean, I don't mind. Then I'm just connecting my sentence. I mean, I don't mind just giving my eyes a little bit of rest. Of reading after 10 minutes, just look here and there for that, so that my eyeballs can have exercise as well. Then getting back onto my reading again. In that way, I'm actually working on with my eyesight and not getting. I'm know that I'm not having too much. My eyes getting affected. Beautiful. That's done. Why? So what are the benefits? Okay. In benefits, hundred of things you can say. Right? Quick information. First point. Second point, you're not using paper. Third point, okay. If you come across any word you don't know, you can simply, like how you can keep the touch on that word and the Google will help you basically to give you the meaning of that word. So you can get to know the vocabulary straight away. Then what else you can speak in a more organized manner? You can search every news, have a search bar. You can add on filters, what piece of information you want from that particular newspaper. Right? So many things you can extend. Whereas in paper, you need to do the scrolling all the time. Here you do scroll, here you do scroll. This is what I say, simple. Now, what would I do with the reverse thinking? I prefer online because of this, even though my eyes, blah, 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 blah. However, in paper, I can't do that because in paper, I have some limitation. In paper, all I have to do is I have to search for the columns, what I really need to read. And then I have to, properly make it like wherever I'm sitting, I just need to adjust those papers like that. Right, then sometimes if I'm sitting in front of fan, I know we're talking about paper. If in term, if I'm sitting in a fan, a high speed fan or something like that, I have to take control that my reading doesn't get disturbed. Right, so this is what reverse thinking is all about. So I'm not missing out on the other thing that I need to speak. This is exactly, any topic in world like comes to you, it's so simple. Now there must be few topics where you don't have any clue to talk about. Why do you get hesitate over there and thinking, oh, I don't know? If you don't know, just say, oh, that's quite interesting actually. To be very frank, I have no idea about this. Why? You tell me. Anyhow, like, if the same question I asked you, what would you say? There's nothing bad about it, if you ask the other person who has actually asked you something you don't know. So why are you breaking your fluency and showing them that? Then what happens, when you get stuck, what happens? Same thing. You get demotivated, right? You don't need to. When you don't feel demotivation and thing from your friend, then why are you feeling from the other person? Just because he's your superior or you're having him like seeing him for the first time? Come on. This is how we start our friendship, isn't it? We talk to people. So, guys, please take it interestingly. Okay? Intonations play a very pivotal role. You need to vary your tone. You need to emphasize on words which you feel really are important. Like I'm saying, really, literally. I can't just say, I was really very happy when I got the award. No, I will definitely be speaking. I was literally happy when I got the award because I struggled for it a lot. So that literally struggled for it, right? It's showing my emotions that I was very happy, and I was very happy the moment I received the prize in my hands. Okay, I hope it was good. Now try simple practice. Write any word which you are very familiar with. I know girls, they love shopping. Why in shopping? Put a stopwatch in front of you. You don't need to do it on Amazon or go to the market and purchase one. Your mobile phone has stopwatch into it. Okay, be smart. So talk about shopping, whatever you can talk about, right? Shopping, how often do you do? Where do you do? What kind of shop do you go to? Most likely to, right? If you're using online, offline, talk both about it. Benefits of online, benefits of offline. Do a comparison. These kind of things, so many things to talk about. Rainy season, computer, look in your room, whatever you have, talk about the computer, talk about air condition, talk about dining table, right? Speak. The more you speak, the better you become. That is a simple funda. You don't need to rely on the what kind of words you're using. Vocabulary can always be enhanced with the more you read, right? But first, you need to speak. If you do speak, you would understand it, right? Let errors comes. It's okay. First, at least get on that line where you are able to speak. Okay? I hope it was convincing. If you have any queries, then the number is written in the description. You can contact us. Thank you.